Hi, and welcome back to part two. My name is Chris Tubby, founder of Trading for Tomorrow. So before I do that, just the legend so you know exactly what's there. So the black numbers are going to be support and resistance levels based on trend lines. Pink numbers are going to be breakout levels. And claret numbers, they're just going to be horizontal levels where I've identified support or resistance, generally based on double or triple tops or bottoms. So here I'm just doing some analysis of contracts that I trade. Please reach out if there's any that you would like me to include. So here is the Dow Daily. So I've got resistance at 39,449 and support at 39,023. The market just came off a little bit from the highs towards the end of last week. Obviously, the data impacting it quite a lot. And when we look, I've added the Fibonacci's on there as well, so that if we do tend to have a bit more of a sell-off, you can see where there's likely to be more support coming in. On the S&P daily, here I have resistance at 51.93 and support at 50.98. Again, I've added the fibs on there. They're not in play at the moment, but if markets do take a little bit of a downturn, it will give you a little bit of insight into where you can expect the investors to start to want to pick up any bargains that they feel that are around. Okay, moving on to Nasdaq. So I've got resistance at 18,688. I've got support at 18,024. It made a new high on Friday and then sort of closed lower. Part of that was Nvidia going from 5% up to 5% down. And yes, we've still got those upward trends at the moment, not broken. And again, I've added the Fibonacci's on there to help you. Again, these are just guides, and you'll always remember, I deal trade in the futures, not CFDs. So these are priced off of what I trade, so obviously the futures. Here's the pound against the USD on the daily. And here I've got resistance at 128.94 and support at 126.28. We saw a weaker dollar, but we also saw a stronger pound last week, and that's reflected in that pricing. As you can see, sort of that resistance levels that's there is part trend, and it is also the fact that it's a high just onto the very far left of the chart as well. Moving on to the euro against the dollar. Here I've got resistance at 109.85 and support at 108.47. Again, I've added the fibs on there because it's on its way back up. It's coming up towards testing that golden ratio. It did have a bit of a sell-off just late Friday. So it finished mid-range on the day roughly, but again, it's just going to give you levels of where some resistance may come in. And of course, now the market's sort of closing around that 50. That's going to be pivotal at the beginning of the week. So we're either likely to go up and test the 618, the golden ratio, or it could come back down to test the 382. Okay, so Bitcoin, yeah, what the volatility's certainly back. I must admit I've been trading a little bit of it. It's been okay, but making new highs yet again on Friday. Traded sort of 71,000. Got resistance now at 70,989. Support so far away on my chart is 51,340. Hopefully it's not going to go and test that. But I just found it very difficult to get any decent support lines in there. But again, we've got a nice wide, very wide actually, but channel there. So yeah, there is room for it to have a couple of sell-offs, but overall, yeah, it's doing well. And of course, next month we've got the halving again, so some of that's probably relative to that. And then gold. So gold made a new high on Friday as well, touching 2,200. And I've got resistance at 2,202. I've got support at 2,050. So again, you know, these moves have been quite aggressive, quite extreme, so it's been difficult to get any sort of really decent levels on there. But you know, they're okay. So let's just see if it wants to go higher. You know, again, part of that rally will be weakness of the dollar, as well as perhaps some investors looking to take their risk off. Okay, and last but not least, WTI. So again, you know, had a bit of a stronger week, but it just failed to hold on to it. And then it came down and settled just below $78. So I've got resistance at 81.20 and I've got support at 77.57. So again, just remember these are all futures based analysis. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and again hope to see you next week. Just the last couple of slides coming up with disclaimers and of course there's other services that I provide. Please feel free to reach out with any questions you may have. My email address is on all of the slides. And have a great week. So, just a little heads up on my services. So I offer a daily newsletter. That includes global news, headlines, my views. That's a subscription service. I also offer one-day workshops. You know, this helps you to discover if trading could be your next career or maybe just a secondary income. But you know, the one thing is, because I offer a variety of them, is I can also just fill in any gaps that you may have with your current trading, or you know, whether it's macro or actual trading skills. And then I offer a 1 week intensive course. You know, that's going to make you feel confident and competent after just 1 week. And you know, that's going to basically give you the foundations on which to build your trading career. You know, I'm going to help you find that inner trader, and that also now includes a free trading challenge. And then there's my Flexi Masterclass. That's 6 weeks of guided learning, but you can spread them out. You don't have to take them all at once, and that does help to accelerate the learning curve. And that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading tools that you're going to need to navigate these markets, you know, and any asset class, you know, whether it's financial, commodity, digital, I'm involved in them all. And as I say, the weeks can be spread out there, and that also includes a free trading challenge. Trader mentoring, so you know, maybe you've already got some experience but you're looking to get to that next level and you're struggling to do that. I offer mentoring by the hour, by the day, or a monthly subscription. It's entirely up to you, but you know, I just want to help you guys to reach that next level time and again. And of course I provide lots of trader educational content, not just to individuals but also to exchanges and brokers. And if you're looking for that funded trading account, you know, so you don't have to risk your capital, then contact me for details. I've got 2 good ones that I use. Okay, so finally, as usual, just ending with a disclaimer. So, you know, if you're already involved, then you'll know this. If not, then please take serious note of this, that trading does involve the risk of loss of capital and it's not suitable for everyone. However, I do hope it is for you. And now, because there's leverage involved from many companies, just be careful because you can lose substantially more than that initial investment. You know, the regulators are a bit more on top of that these days, but you know, even so, just be a bit cautious. Everything that I include in these just purely for educational purposes. I'm not trying to encourage you to trade or invest. That must be your decision. And of course, before you make that decision, you've got to consider the risks involved. And that includes your financial situation, definitely your level of experience, definitely your risk appetite, and of course, only risk capital you're prepared, but more importantly, that you can afford to lose. And if you've got any doubts whatsoever, first of all, think twice before you do it. Speak to a financial advisor, and do that before you risk your capital. I have so many people come to me because they've lost money. I'd rather they come to me and learn how to do it and not lost the money in the first place, because that's just a waste of their savings. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed these, and I'll be doing these on a weekly basis, so I'm going to post the links in places so that you can get to them. My new website will be finished soon, but in the meantime you can reach me at the email address below on all the slides, which is chrisjtubby55@gmail.com. And all I can say is I wish you a wonderful week, best of luck with your trading, and hope to see you again next weekend. Bye for now.